It's that time of the year again, despised by some and absolutely loved by others. As a coffee or hot drink always makes everything better, I bring you 4 delicious and comforting drinks full of seasonal flavors and perfect for all fall and winter moments. I hope you enjoy them. The first drink is the cinnamon roll iced latte, which is the perfect drink for those sunny fall mornings. Start by adding 1 teaspoon of instant coffee or a quarter of a cup of cold coffee to a cup, as well as half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon and 1 teaspoon of brown sugar or other sweetener. In this recipe, I particularly like the brown sugar for its slightly caramelized taste, but feel free to choose whichever sweetener you prefer, such as xylitol, honey, stevia, or maple syrup. Add a quarter cup of cold water and half a teaspoon of vanilla, as any cinnamon roll has to have a little vanilla, and stir well with a spoon or your milk frother. And by the way, let's also mix half a cup of soy, oat or almond drink, preferably a special barista edition to have the best possible foam. As we want a foam with large bubbles that settle on top of the coffee, we keep the frother on the surface to incorporate air into the milk. Add a quarter of a cup of ice into the glass and pour in the whipped milk. And tell me if mixing milk and coffee isn't the most satisfying thing you can do in the morning. The higher the fat content in the milk, the slower and more beautiful this mixture will be. Sprinkle with a little sugar and cinnamon, and this is it. Enjoy! You just arrived home, you are slightly chilly and want to sit on the couch watching a series or reading a book with a pick-me-up drink? This is it. It is a super delicious oat masala latte and so simple to prepare. For those who don't know what masala is, it is a mixture of warm spices like cardamom, ginger or cinnamon. Today I'm going to be making a latte with the spices and a little bit of decaf coffee, but you can always use tea instead, and that's how you get a masala chai latte. Masala for spices and chai for tea. I usually make it like this. I add 4 slices of fresh ginger or half a teaspoon of powdered ginger, 1 teaspoon of instant coffee, or you can use a black tea bag instead, 1 star anise if you really enjoy anise. If you're not a big fan, leave it aside because the spice tends to dominate the flavors of the recipes a lot. 2 cinnamon sticks or 1 teaspoon cinnamon powder, 5 or 6 peppercorns or a pinch of ground pepper, 1 clove that, just like anise, you can leave out if it's not your favorite spice, 3 cardamoms which you will open or pierce with a knife or crush, always being super careful. This spice is one of the main ones in masala chai and I really recommend that you don't skip it. And I also add 1 cup of unsweetened oat milk. Or if you want a less creamy version, you can replace this oat drink with water and then add the plant-based milk foam at the end. Put it to heat on a very low heat so it doesn't burn, and let it heat up slowly so that the spices release all of their flavor. And don't forget to stir from time to time. 10 to 15 minutes on low heat is enough for the latte to be infused with lots of flavor. If you want, you can sweeten it with a little sweetener, some syrup, honey or sugar, but I like it a lot as is. To finish, froth 1/3 of a cup of oat or soy drink, barista edition, until it doubles in size. Strain the drink through a fine mesh strainer and add a foam on top. Add an anise star or a dash of cinnamon to garnish, and that's it. Now, bonus tip, if you want a much faster and more practical version of this drink, mix in a jar 3 teaspoons of cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of powdered ginger, 1 teaspoon of cardamom seeds or 2 teaspoons of crushed cardamom pods, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground pepper, and when you want, just add half a teaspoon of the mixture for 1 cup of plant-based milk, and then also join in the coffee or tea and the star anise, which I haven't found in powder, or don't if you don't like it. And with this mixture, just heat up the milk for 5 minutes, as the powdered spices are always stronger. Strain it and you're done. I hope you enjoy it. Horror movies, rainy nights, thunderstorm outside. All of this calls for a healthy, warm, and amazing gingerbread hot chocolates. Oh, and it is so easy to prepare. As any gingerbread also has a little bit of cinnamon, add half a teaspoon of cinnamon powder to a pan, as well as 3 or 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder and sweeten it. If you like your chocolates a little bit stronger, put 4 tablespoons, or on the lighter side, put 3 tablespoons. We will also add half to 1 tablespoon of brown sugar or other sweetener, depending on how sweet you like your chocolates. And let's measure out 2 cups of unsweetened plant-based milk. Any milk is fine, although I think soy, oat, and almond, due to their neutral taste, are better than coconut in this recipe. Add the dry ingredients to a pot and join part of the milk, mixing until well dissolved. Oh, and tell me, how are we going to make gingerbread hot chocolate without ginger? So add 1 teaspoon of powdered ginger to the rest of the ingredients, as well as half a teaspoon of vanilla, just because vanilla always makes everything better. Add a pinch of salt to enhance the flavors, and add the rest of the milk, and mix it well until all the ingredients are dissolved. Put it to heat slowly over a very low heat, and when it's almost boiling, it's ready. This recipe gives you 3 small mugs, which is more than enough considering the rich taste of the hot chocolates. Add 3 tablespoons of milk foam on top to embellish it, as we did in the previous recipe, or if you want something more special, add some whipped cream and some crushed gingerbread cookies and a dash of cinnamon. I hope you love it as much as I do, and now to the couch to finish our movie. I'm trying to do Autumn is nights inside too, with friends around the table and board games. For those nights, I have the ideal drink: a hot apple cider tea filled with warm flavors of autumn spices. This is a traditional American drink, kind of like mulled wine, but without the alcohol and with lots of apples. Today I want to share with you my dupe, which is a lot faster to prepare than the original. You will need a 1/4 cup of apple puree that you can buy or make at home. I have my recipe on the blog. You'll also need 4 centimeters of sliced or grated ginger, or 1/3 of a teaspoon of powdered ginger, 2 orange slices that you can omit to have a full apple experience, half a large apple or 1 small sliced apple, 2 cinnamon sticks, 1 star anise, which, as I've said before, you can remove if you are not sure you like the flavor or not. Add all of these ingredients all into 1 pot, as well as 1 bag of black tea or herbal infusion of your choice. I think the tea works really well here, and I like my evening infusion a lot, but you can leave the tea aside. Cider alone has enough flavor already. Now we add 4 cups of boiling water, and we put the pot to heat on low heat for another 15 to 30 minutes, or more if you want a warmer and more flavorful drink. If you prefer, before putting it on the heat, you can let it rest for a few minutes and then remove the tea bag so it doesn't get too strong. Note that traditional cider usually cooks for hours, so this is a really faster recipe. Then remove from heat, lightly crush the apple and orange with a spoon and pour into 4 mugs, straining with a fine mesh strainer. I didn't, but if you want to sweeten it a little bit, sweeten it with some sweetener or some brown sugar or honey to taste. Decorate with anise stars, orange slices, cinnamon sticks, or pomegranate seeds, and enjoy while still warm. And that's it for today. I hope that you try these recipes and that they help you appreciate more the nice things this season has to offer, or to better deal with the not so pleasant things. As always, you can find the detailed recipes on the website, and the links will be in the description box. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and to give this video a thumbs up. And have a wonderful and super cozy fall. See you on the next video. Bye!